Today, we explore how this date completely reshaped our world across five powerful dimensions: culture, education, finance, politics, and technology. This day proves that history never rests. Let's dive into the fascinating interconnected events of this date that continue to influence how we live, think, and innovate today. So, without much further ado, let's go.
What do a botched royal vow, a monument opened in total secrecy, and like the birth of NASA all have in common?
Quite a bit, surprisingly.
Yeah, they didn't just change the world. They actually all happened on the exact same day of the year, July 29. So welcome to today's deep dive. We have this massive stack of historical archives, treaties, and news records to unpack for you. And our mission is really to figure out what exactly happens on this one particular day.
Yeah, and just to be clear right off the bat, we aren't looking at, some mystical astrological alignment here.
Right.
But when you analyze the data, July 29th sits right at the peak of summer in the northern hemisphere. So it is prime time for human mobilization.
The weather and logistics just make sense for it.
Exactly. Whether a government is throwing a massive public spectacle or quietly rewriting borders, late July just provides this perfect logistical window to make those really big moves.
Let's start with, the loudest move possible. July 29, 1981, the royal wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana. I mean, you've got 3,500 guests in St. Paul's Cathedral. The $48 million price tag.
It's just a massive, massive spectacle.
Right, but the most memorable part is, well, the human glitch in the machine. In front of the whole world, Diana notoriously drops the word obey from her vows and then actually calls the groom Philip Charles Arthur George.
Oh, wow. The wrong name.
Yeah, it's like throwing the ultimate high-stakes block party, but accidentally forgetting the guest of honor's actual name.
Yeah, but that is the huge risk of peak pageantry, right? The state tries to project this flawless authority, but the human element just breaks through. Compare that to the exact opposite extreme, like when a state is so terrified of the public that they hide their own spectacle.
Oh, you mean the Arc de Triomphe inauguration?
Yes, July 29th, 1836. It took 30 years to build this thing. But on opening day, a mere 11 people attended.
Which is just wild for a towering monument literally built to celebrate French military glory.
Right, exactly. King Louis Philippe was so paranoid about an assassination attempt that officials just canceled the massive public celebration entirely. They just quietly cut the ribbon.
The irony there is so thick. A massive stone arch dedicated to public triumph, but opened in total secrecy.
It really highlights how delicate national triumph is. And you see that exact same tension on July 29, 1948. That was the opening of the London Austerity Olympics.
Oh yeah, this was the world trying to project unity right after World War II. And the rationing logistics for those games are just fascinating.
They really are, yeah.
Because the UK was still under strict post-war austerity measures. So to keep the Olympic athletes functioning, they had to be given the exact same high-calorie rations as British dockers and miners.
Which was, what, over 5,000 calories?
Yeah, about 5,467 calories a day. It's like trying to run a high-performance sports car. But premium fuel doesn't exist, so you just shovel massive amounts of raw coal into the engine to keep it moving.
That is perfectly put. Yeah, exactly how it functioned mechanically. And if we look strictly at the geopolitical fallout in the archives, the Olympic Committee barred Germany and Japan from competing in those 1948 games.
Right, a direct ripple effect from the war.
Exactly, which itself traces back to another July 29th mobilization, July 29th, 1921.
Oh, the day Adolf Hitler officially took leadership of the Nazi Party.
Yes. Again, late July. It's just the perfect time to hold rallies, mobilize frustrated citizens in the streets, and really consolidate political power.
Okay, wait, though. I understand how summer weather helps political rallies or Olympic Games, but looking at our source stack, we also have July 29, 1958.
The creation of NASA.
Right. President Eisenhower signs the act creating NASA. But tying the birth of the space age to a 1920s political rally just because they share a calendar date. I mean, aren't we just looking at historical coincidences at this point?
Well, it sounds like a stretch until you look at the mechanism of what NASA actually was in 1958. I mean, it wasn't just science. It was an aggressive territorial expansion driven by the Cold War and the Soviet Sputnik launch.
Oh, so you're connecting it to the expansion treaties we looked at.
Exactly. Historically, July 29th is a hotspot for aggressive earthly expansion and redrawing boundaries. Look at how nations use the distraction of summer to quietly push through massive economic shifts, like July 29, 1858.
The U.S. signs the Harris Treaty.
Right, aggressively prying open an isolated Japan to U.S. trade. Or, even more devastatingly, July 29, 1837.
The Chippewa Treaty, yeah. That one is brutal.
It is. The U.S. government used a combination of forced debt forgiveness and a paltry $9,500 upfront payment. Mechanically, they leveraged the tribe's engineered economic distress to legally strip them of massive landholdings in the Midwest.
So think about that for a second if you're listening right now. The borders of the country you live in, the trade routes that dictate the cost of your electronics, the space program overhead. I mean, so much of that framework was locked in by the quiet stroke of a pen on a random summer day.
Yeah, whether it's forcing open international markets, displacing a population, or claiming orbit, the underlying drive is completely identical.
It really reframes how we look at history. It's not just a timeline,
Yeah.
It's a playbook of how power operates, often hiding in plain sight.
Absolutely.
So here is something for you to mull over today. If world-altering events, from the borders of nations to the dawn of the space age, can be pushed through on a single date like July 29th, what invisible, future-defining technological leap or quiet political handshake is happening today, right under our noses?
Hi viewers, family and friends. How did you like the content of this video? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please write in the comments your name and the place you are watching from. Since our viewing family is spread all over the world, it will be nice to know which city and the country you are watching from, so I can say hello to you. Science and technology. Reading and listening to the historical accomplishments on this date of those who have gone before us, I, as a professional engineer with interest in structural engineering, energy-efficient buildings, ICF construction, and as Google Docs expert with interest in spreadsheet-based solutions, draw inspiration to ask of myself the million-dollar question. What would I accomplish today? Think about the Japanese practice of Kaizen. Let me know in the comments. What would you accomplish today? Your subscribing to the channel inspires me to post more such videos. Thanks for your patronage. See you in the next video. Sincerely, Yogi Anand.